Hello, everybody. Today we were going to talk about being stuck in a perpetual state of fight or flight and how we can overcome that and why it's important to get out of that, what it's doing to our bodies, etc. First of all, I need to apologize. I haven't been on here since January. Um, Basically, I've been working on myself with emotion and body code and belief code for about a year and 8 months now, a little over. And it has been it has been a leap forward. Starting this process has been a leap forward for me in my health. And then discovering the fight or flight component, what we call an active conflict state, has been another leap forward for me, which I just discovered a few months ago. And once I conquered that, things got so much better that I wanted to come on here and share that with you, give you an explanation so that you can decide whether you want to have me help you get out of that for yourself. So basically, when we have a rhythm. There's multiple rhythms to our bodies, but one of them is you have a baseline, and you have sympathetic, parasympathetic, sympathetic, parasympathetic, and you have a baseline that's ideal for you to be at. And during sympathetic, during the day, you're more active, you are burning more calories, you're burning more energy. You could think of someone who runs a race. They're in sympathetic state, and they may, especially if they're a marathoner, they may be eating some carbs or sugary snacks to help them give them that quick burst of energy to go. And then you're supposed to naturally drop down into the parasympathetic state. So sympathetic is, if you get stuck there, it's basically called fight or flight. Um, and if you have any trauma from your childhood of any sort, at any level, you can get stuck at a certain age in fight or flight. And then later on, you might get stuck at another age. And so, what we do is we travel back in time to the earliest point at which you got stuck, and we clear the trapped emotions, the negative energies that got stuck at that age. And then we wait about a week, and then we move to the next age at which you might have gotten stuck. So the opposite of fight or flight is rest and digest. And that's the parasympathetic state. If you're stuck in fight or flight, it's very hard for your body to digest protein. And so you are um, not absorbing nutrients, and you're not digesting your food properly if you're stuck in fight or flight. This is one component to being in poor health, like I have been. So learning this, started working on myself, and I cleared 5 sessions from time periods throughout my life. The first one left me very, very weak, but after that, it after about 3 days, it got better, and then the each one after that was just about like a normal processing, not overly, not a major reaction to the processing. But so I cleared 5 sessions, and then I kept dropping back into fight or flight because that was my subconscious's mind normal reaction, was like, oh, drop into fight or flight whenever you run across somebody negative, or somebody says something, or something freaks you out. And I had to learn to stop doing that. I had to learn to retrain my subconscious mind to stop dropping into fight or flight if something upset me, to process the emotions in the moment and let them go, and maybe even shield myself from negative energies, and not just take that on. So I did that, and I haven't had an issue for, let's see, a little over a month and a half maybe. I haven't had any issues of dropping back into fight or flight panic of any sort. So um if you think, I would like to talk about that parasympathetic a little bit. If you've ever seen like a lion chasing its prey and it catches its prey. When it kills its prey, it sits down and it does not start eating right away. I don't know if you've ever noticed this. I hadn't, but it was pretty cool to learn this. A lion will sit down and will pant, and they will just pant until their body has dropped into the parasympathetic state, and then they will start eating their meal because you cannot digest protein when you're in the sympathetic of fight or flight, which in the lion's case was actually he was the reason for the, but when you're chasing or being chased, everything in your body is going towards that instead of going towards resting and digesting. So you have to actually drop out of sympathetic into parasympathetic to be able to digest your food, to absorb supplements, nutrition. So if you're taking massive doses of supplements or always trying something new and it's not really working, you may be stuck in fight or flight. So we have, like I said, we have a specific process where we work through the issues from the earliest age on through current. And I teach you in the process how to maintain and how not to, some things you can do to not drop back into fight or flight. Um, just for example, like if you've been trying some things, like you've been trying breath work, or you regularly take a rest period, and you maybe you go out and you ground yourself on the ground and you do other things, but you're still sorry, there's a gnat, but you still really are not getting anywhere. This may be why. You may just be stuck. So when you're stuck in fight or flight, that baseline gets raised because your body, being very adaptable, will raise the baseline. And then you're up here and you're kind of doing this little wibbly wobbly thing up and down in fight or flight. And then you might crash and you might be down here in complete utter exhaustion. And then when the day starts again, you're back into way up here where you shouldn't be. So we get rid of that being stuck up here, and then your body can naturally lower its baseline to where it should be. And then you can flow through your day in and out like you should. So this has been, like I said, this has been the next great leap forward for me in my healing journey. It is, I can't even describe how much more relaxed and peaceful and joyful. It's so much easier to feel the positive emotions and to just let go of any negative emotions that come along in the moment once you get that big piece unstuck.